It has nothing to do with any of those people or the evidence. It has to do with the fact that you are too scared to admit that you were wrong. This has nothing to do with a physical realm. This has everything to do with your spiritual being. You have a spiritual being. You know you do. Some deny it. You can lie to yourself all you want. You will deny your spirituality, because if you accept your spirituality, then you know that there's other rules. And it obviously opens up a big can of worms. So, and some of you people love spirituality, and some of you people read the Bible and you proclaim yourself as Christians, and you go to church on Sunday, and you donate the 3 cents of your change into the homeless bin, or the sick kids shelter, or the Red Cross, or the hospital, or one of these crisis actor scenarios with fake people dying. You'll donate your money to those people. You'll put your time and effort, and you'll say, "Oh, I'm a good person, and I'm a Christian." Yeah. And I'm picking on Christians because I am one, so I know a little bit about Christians. So I apologize, Snack to the Future, or anybody else that might not understand that. But I hold Christians to a different standard. I don't know about anybody else. A lot of my Christian brothers and sisters also do as well. Maybe that's a lovely picture, Snack. I really like that one. So I'm sorry, and I know this is going to get some people butthurt, all 3 of you. But you Christians out there that are acting this way, that you've jumped on man's idea. You tell me you believe in the Bible. You admit to me it says in the Bible that we are not to trust man, basically. But here you are telling me that you believe this. I mean, you can't use the Bible as evidence for the Ball Earth scam anymore. You just can't, people. I'm sorry, that's been disproven. The Hebrew scholars, the ones with any sort of credentials at all, or any sort of credibility, have admitted this. Even the ones that believe in the heliocentric model have now come forward and said, well, yes, the Bible is basically a flat earth book, but they were wrong. Wow. Christians proclaiming the Bible, Christians proclaiming the Bible is the inherent word of God, and that it's true. Just like I say the exact same thing. I say the Bible is the greatest thing that ever happened to mankind besides Jesus Christ himself. This is the only thing that's ever mattered. If you're a true Christian, that's what you're going to. This is the only thing that has held up. This is the only thing that has stood the test of time consistently, and exposed. That it's exposed itself for being true. And I'm not talking about predicting the future. I'm talking about the fact that it literally describes everything you know in your spiritual being that is true. You don't know because you learned. You don't know because you went to school, or because somebody gave you a piece of paper and said, "Here you go, Mr. Space Cadet. Now you're a genius, and you get to wave a genius flag now." You know because God made you know it. You could call it programming if you want. Like, when a tortoise comes out of the ground, out of the egg, the tortoise right from the get-go knows that it has to not only break through the shell of the egg, then climb to the surface of the earth. It has to already know how to do that. Often the mother or the father tortoise never meets its children. Never for a second. It has nothing to do with being taught anything. That tortoise is born in that egg, hatches through that egg, knows how to crack it, knows how to dig through the surface of the earth, and within about 15 minutes, because of my personal observation, 15 minutes outside of the ground, this tortoise walks. and eats and forages and eats grass within minutes after being out of the ground. Could have been earlier. I didn't get there as quickly as I wanted to. You can't be there all the time. You get 20 tortoises coming out of the ground. It turns into a zoo. But man, what an education that was. It's just, there's such a big difference. You guys don't realize between paper and reality, it is eons. If you want to measure light years, that's the only light year that exists in reality. It's the light years of reality exist between reality and paper. Ones and zeros on paper do not help you understand these things. And they don't mean anything. And it doesn't matter what it says, and it doesn't matter if it's 100% correct. If it is not being observed in reality, it is not evidence for anything. The tortoise knows right away. You call that programming? Well, you can. Does it have a spirit? I don't know. I wouldn't trust any man or woman to tell me if they did know either. Because that's one thing we can't do. You or I can't get inside the head of that tortoise. I don't care who you are or what type of science you think they are coming out with. You will not know what the tortoise or what the hummingbird or what the worm or the water dragon is thinking. You don't know that. But we do know that they are thinking something that is observable. We can tell these animals know things. Do you think there's some mothers out there, I'm sure, at least one, right, Snack? You ever ask a mother, did you teach your kid how to walk or eat? Well, humans are the worst at having abilities and skills physically. They're one of the worst. I mean, the horse comes out of the mom. The horse is standing within minutes, right? At least he can stand. It's pretty impressive. The human baby, you gotta help that baby. You're gonna have to feed it physically. It has zero motor skills. It is literally a brain with fat. That's what a baby is, and it has to learn. But you and I and everybody that's ever going to hear this knows that you know things from birth. We know how to blink our eyes. We know how to cry. So again, every single one of us knows these things. And when you read the Bible aligns with that. It aligns with your consciousness and the physical world, because it literally touches everything. The global flood is the most obvious act that ever happened on the face of the earth, literally. You can look at Grand Canyon. You can go to my G Plus and look at the picture that I took of Grand Canyon. Well, I can verify that because I took the picture. And you don't have to trust me. You can go take your own. But I've taken pictures of the Grand Canyon, and that is the result of a massive flood. That is rapid erosion. So you guys have just got to start accepting these things. But Christians, man, I've never been attacked by so many people in my life, and a big chunk of them are Christians. I mean, sometimes the majority. It's the saddest thing when you see these people are supposed to be your brothers and sisters. They say they're Christians. They go to church. Again, they put their 3 cents in the poor box. So of course they're special. They pat themselves on the back because that's the type of people that are doing this. You guys bitched at me for years when I said they were fake Christians. You got, no true Scotsman fallacy, and you bring up all these ridiculous terms. How do I know this and that? Well, here's how I know this. I will know you by your fruits. And who told me that? Yep, the Bible told me that. The Bible told us that we would know you by your fruit. We don't need any evidence. I mean, that might be a lie, because I might have just lied. because I went out and got evidence. But did I really need that? No, I didn't need it, but I wanted it. It is what I wanted. Needs and wants, they're not the same. I wanted evidence. I wanted to be able to rub it in your face. I want to be able to argue with you know-it-alls and make you feel so stupid because you're literally calling a flat stationary plane a floating, spinning, wobbling rocket ball. And I guess I wanted evidence. But we don't need it. We don't need evidence. We can see with our own eyes what we can feel that we're not moving. This has nothing to do with evidence. This is a spiritual warfare. And the Christians are one of the groups that have proven this. What does it say in the Bible? It also says that many will be many will be called, few will be chosen, I believe. Well, that's what I'm seeing here. I can't believe this hasn't turned everybody into a Bible believer. That's the one thing. Because, I mean, if you just start doing the psychoanalyzation of these events, you will literally see the expressions of the Bible literally coming to life. What this book has described the way man reacts to realities. It says willful ignorance. What does that mean? What does willful ignorance mean? I mean, it means heliocentrist.